Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford, Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news update and information with a special video on the 2023 Ford Bronco. So we are going to be doing a kind of talk a little bit about the Ford Bronco and how you should order your Ford Bronco. So we just recently went to Bronco Super Celebration East in Townsend, Tennessee, and saw a lot of Broncos there, and really got my mind thinking of, hey, you know, there are a lot of people here with certain Broncos, and there are a lot of people don't realize that maybe they don't need the upscaled Bronco and such to be able to do what they're planning to do with their Bronco. So I thought this would be a good video to kind of talk to people and let them know some of the things that they need to think about, some tips and tricks to getting their Bronco. So if you like videos like this, want to stay updated on Ford news, information, and such like that, hit the subscribe button down below so you can subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. You'll also get notified when we have another video uploaded to the channel. So let's dive in and talk about this. And to do this, I want to kind of show you my screen here. And so we're going to pull up, go to Ford.com, and we're going to go to Vehicles, and we're looking for SUVs and trucks. There's your Bronco right there. Just click on that, and we'll go to the build and price. So there you go. All right. So, and we're going to go ahead and just use our location there. All right. So a fairly new computer that I'm working with here. So I had to do a couple things. Okay. So here we're going to kind of talk about what's available right now for 2023. We do know the base trim is available: Big Bend, Black Diamond, Outer Banks. We do have the Heritage Edition, the Badlands, the Wild Track, Heritage Limited, and Raptor. So Heritage Limited is going to be very limited numbers, and every dealer gets just one of those. And so those will be, I probably won't talk a lot about that because that's not something that you can order. Raptor as well, you can put in order with your dealer, but unless your dealer gets a Raptor allocation, it'll never be looked at or selected for scheduling. So again, that is something where you need to work with your dealers there if you want a Raptor. So Raptor is elite off-road performance and tech. So you know, this is for use, because the first tip that I want to talk about is you need to decide what you're going to do with your Bronco. Is it going to be your daily driver? Are you going to take it off-road? You know, and then if you're going to take it off-road, what kind of off-road? Are you going to do some extreme off-roading? I know these trails are rated for different levels there. So you're looking for, you know, level 1, 2, 3, your level, or the mid, the high level extreme ones. You need to decide that and how much you're going to actually take this off-road vehicle off-road. There are a lot of people that are going to get this, and they don't intend to take it off-road. They don't want to beat up their Bronco and such like that. It's their daily driver. They love the look of it. They love just the appeal to it, and maybe they're going to take it camping and such like that. And let's say all these Broncos, you can take camping, you can take off onto dirt roads, you can take off onto those, you know, the lower level trails without any problem whatsoever. So you need to think about, first off, what are you going to do with your Bronco? And that will kind of evaluate exactly kind of which of these trims to choose from. There are a lot of choices. Again, we're seeing 9 here. You don't see Everglades in here because actually the base and the Everglades right now are full up, and they're not able to order those right now. So if you're wanting a 23, you won't be able to get those. So the levels you're going to be looking at is like the Big Bend and such. So we'll talk a little bit about this, and we'll also talk about some packages that are a major constraint right now and what's included in those packages and whether or not you need those packages completely. So now the other thing you need to decide is if you want a 2-door or a 4-door. So a lot of people like, I want the 2-door. That's the look. That's the old style Bronco look. I want 2-door. 2-door comes standard with the hardtop, and because of that, they are very constrained. Only 10% of the 2-doors right now will get built this model year. So of what they build each month, only 10% of them will be a 2-door, period, because of the hardtop. Doesn't even matter the other things. If you start adding a 2-door with a Sasquatch and some other features, it could be even worse than that. So that is something to think about. Also, when trying to consider this between a 2-door and a 4-door, also keep in mind that the 4-door is going to ride a little bit better. It's going to be a longer wheelbase. It's going to ride a little bit better. Also, a lot easier if you're going to take any passengers and put them in the back seat. The 2-doors are going to be a little bit harder to get inside. So let's actually pull one of these up so you can kind of see an image, a side image of these. Go to the interior here. You can see right here, it looks nice and easy, but there's a door right here. So you actually have to flip the seat forward to get into the back seat, and it just seats 2 in the back seat, not 3 like it does in a 4-door. So the 4-door version has a lot easier for you to be able to get into and such with it. So that might be something else to consider, is how it's going to drive on road and even off road. Two-door, a lot of people want to go to two-door that are off-roaders because it will have a shorter wheelbase, makes it a lot easier to navigate on the trails, which is why they want to go to the two-door. So again, you need to decide what you're going to do with your Bronco to decide how you want to configure that vehicle. So I'll go back here. So let's go through and run through some of these. So in my opinion, there's about three trims. About three trims here that are for those that don't plan to do extreme off-roading. And I would say the Big Bend, the Black Diamond, and the Outer Banks are the three most popular that people are looking at if they're going to do some, some off-roading, but mainly on the road. So like this Big Bend even says in here, mainstream off-roading. So I have a Big Bend, 4-door, 2.3. I took it on the trails when we went to Townsend, Tennessee. So in fact, here's some images of that. Being on the trail, it handles it just fine. I do not have the Sasquatch. A lot of people thought I had the Sasquatch because of how that vehicle sat, because I added some 35-inch tires, which we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But as you can see, it can handle all the trails. I just didn't add the rear locker, but I didn't even engage the rear locker whatsoever. Just had it in 4-low and handled all the trails that we had for about a couple hours without any problem. So any of these, put it in 4-low, are going to be able to handle it. They have the Haas suspension system. 1.0 is standard on these. 2.0 Haas suspension is what you get when you go to the Sasquatch package, or standard on the Badlands and your Wild Track. So that's also something to consider. Also, Heritage Edition will come standard with the Sasquatch, which means it'll also have the Haas 2.0 suspension. But because it's standard Sasquatch, they are also really difficult to get. Some people want that more for the look and the heritage look than anything. So we'll talk about that one as well. But Big Bend is where that kind of lies. It is one of the most popular and easier to get. The capacity on that's about 23%. Outer Banks is about 29%, I think. It's the highest of all of them. And the versatility on the Outer Banks also, it says off-roading in style, which means you could take it off-road, but a lot of people will take these Outer Banks, and these are the ones that they drive. That's their daily driver. This one's the body-colored fender flares, the body-colored mirror caps, and the body-colored door handles. Also has more flexibility and convenience features in different packages. From the mid package to that high package to the Lux package is available on the Outer Banks. Big Bend and Black Diamond, you can get the mid package, but you can't get the high package or the Lux package on those. So again, thinking that through as well when you're trying to decide between these different packages. Black Diamond, what this is going to be adventure off-roading, which means that it is your kind of a budget off-roader. So if you do want to do some off-roading, I think it comes standard with the rear locker. But what also comes standard with is the washout interior, vinyl interior. Also does give you the vinyl seats. So it kind of basically, you want to go off-road with this, it's going to be able to give you that and get it dirty and such. Also comes standard with the rock rails, and it comes standard with a little bit different bumper than the Big Bend, I believe. So so there's kind of the differences between those. One of the things about the Black Diamond, even though you can't get the mid package, you cannot get the LED signature lighting with that, which is one of the reasons why I chose the Big Bend trim and was very happy with the mid-package equipment. So always keep a look at that. So that's the first thing you need to look at. Try to figure that out and that. Now, you are planning to do yours. Let's say you're a person that I plan to go off-road. I want to do some rock crawling. I want to take this and do extreme things with it. Okay, one or two things you can do. You can keep with the Big Bend, Black Diamond, Outer Banks, and add the Sasquatch package, which we're going to talk about what's included in that. Or you can go to the Badlands, which is what I recommend. Don't add the Sasquatch, because Sasquatch is a constraint right now. And go to the Badlands trim, and that gives you the Haas 2.0 suspension, which is what comes standard, which comes included in the Sasquatch package. And this gives you the front and rear locker as standard equipment, as well as a sway bar disconnect. So for extreme off-roading, as you can see right there, that is where you're able to do that. So whether it be 2-door or 4-door for that. So that is where, that's a trim. If I were to probably order one right now, I'd probably look at maybe a Badlands with, maybe mid-package or even a high package, but do not add the Sasquatch package to it. So let's talk about that for a second. So since we're going to be talking about the Sasquatch a little bit, and Wild Track, by the way, comes standard with the Sasquatch. Again, this is for high-speed off-roading. So it'll allow you to do you just like the Badlands or some rock crawling and such. The only difference with this rock crawling on this with the Wild Track is it does not have the sway bar disconnect. Some people think they think that it does. It does not. It is for high speed off road. It is going to come standard with the 2.7 liter, standard with the Sasquatch, and it's going to be just a wider stance for you. And because of that, could do some extreme running through the Bajas, that kind of stuff, through the desert, down dirt roads, that kind of stuff at high speeds, and you're going to be very capable and happy with it that way. So those that are extreme, you know what those two trims are. I did see at Bronco Super Cell, I saw a lot of Badlands additions, but I saw a lot of people that have a Badlands that they don't really do a lot of off-roading, but they wanted the look of it more than anything. And this is something, another tip for you as well. Hey, do not base the trim that you want necessarily on just the look alone, because you can take something like this Big Ben and make it look like the Black Diamond, which is what I did. I have a Big Ben. I went ahead and switched out. I put the grill from the Black Diamond on my Big Ben. I also got the rock rails that we would see as a standard on the Black Diamond and the Badlands, and I put those on my Big Ben. Again, you can customize this. I also added some 35-inch tires to my vehicle. I also added the Rouse package, but you don't have to go that extreme. You can buy some aftermarket wheels, add some 35s in there, put some rock rails and everything on those, and now you're lifted up higher for better clearance. You can take it about anywhere off-road you want to, maybe not extreme rock crawling. Add a rear locker, and you're set to go, and you don't have to wait to get your Bronco. And so a lot of these are very modular. You can do so many different things, different fender flares. I saw all kinds of different fender flares available out there. You can switch out the grills. You can switch out the letters. You can do all kinds of custom cool things with the lettering. I did see some USA flag stuff. Saw some vinyls on the front of them. I saw LED letters. A lot of cool things you can do after you get your vehicle. So keep that in mind as well. So let's dive in here and let's take a look at the Sasquatch package. So going down here to packages, this Sasquatch right here, so go ahead and click on that. So the big thing on the Sasquatch is you're seeing here a lot of people want it because they want the beadlock capable wheels. It looks cool. It's going to have it does say high clearance suspension. Basically means you get the Haas 2.0 suspension system, and you get the 4.7 final drive ratio. You can see it gives you the front and rear locker. So a lot of people want that front locker. Again, if you're doing extreme off-roading, front locker is very valuable, and you're going to need it if you're going to do some rock crawling and such like that. You need that front locker, which is why you go to this. But if you're going to this for the wheels and the tires, don't do that. You can find some aftermarket wheels and tires. You probably could even get the Sasquatch wheels from other people that are selling them on Bronco 6G. High clearance fender flares available to get those later if you want and such. So that's why you want to think about the Sasquatch package and getting it later. It's for some of those reasons. So again, depending on what you're looking for, Sasquatch package is capacity is 50%, which means that only half of the people that order that is going to be able to get, or order Bronco, is going to be able to get the Sasquatch package. Again, Sasquatch is standard on the Heritage Edition, Heritage Limited as well, and doesn't mention it here, but it's also included as part of the Wild Track 2, included in that. So that's something to think about. Tow package is not a constraint whatsoever there, but that's something just to be concerned about that Sasquatch package. I want to talk about it. I saw a lot of people with the Sasquatch. In fact, people thought I had the Sasquatch package because I had the Roush wheels. They knew those were upgraded and switched out, but they thought I had the Sasquatch because of how it sat up a little bit higher, but it was because of my 35-inch tires. So again, that's another tip to think about on that. So some other constraint items that are out there, and one of them is the Lux package. So let's go on back here. Lux package is not available on the Big Ben or the Black Diamond, but on the Outer Banks it is available. So we're going to go Outer Banks and we can take a look at this Lux package. So a couple different packages available. Standard on this one is the mid package. The mid package is available on your Black Diamond and your Big Ben, but it's standard on the Outer Banks. So this mid package kind of go in there, gives you all the great convenience features. Dual zone climate control, gives you the intelligent access for the front doors, heated front seats, gives you the auto dimming rear view mirror, gives you the power outlet behind the console, also gives you the remote start system, does a reverse sensing system on this, also gives you the Sync 4, with the enhanced voice recognition system. So upgrades it and gives you the Copilot 360 with the Bliss system. That's really nice, as well as the lane keeping system, and you get to get connected nav for 90-day trial as well with that. So that's also something that's part of that mid package. Now let's talk about the high package for a second. High package this is where you get the bigger screen. So a lot of people think you got to go Lux package to get the bigger screen. It's included in the high package. So for $1,300 you get the 12-inch touchscreen. This is where you get the 360 camera. This is where you get the front camera system. So you don't have to go up to the Lux package to get the front camera system. Also gives you the additional sound deadening. Also front sensing system, so front and rear sensors now. And it gives you the LED approach lamps and LED spotlights, and gives you the enhanced Sync 4 system with the connected navigation. So that gives you the information on demand screen and everything else like that. So that's the high package. That's the really nice package. Now this Lux package is a major constraint right now. So very few of the people are getting it. If you have a Sasquatch and a Lux package, good luck. It's going to be very difficult for you to get your vehicle. So, let's go through these and decide whether or not these are deal breakers for you. One of them is that adaptive cruise control. So I think a lot of people like this package because they want the adaptive cruise. That gives you where it slows you down if there's a car in front of you, and speeds you up so you don't have to hit your brakes so much. Again, that's kind of a luxury feature, why it's called the Lux package, right? Also gives you the B&O audio and sound system with 10 speakers. Some people are going to this package for the B&O. I want a better sound system, but there are some options afterwards out there. I saw some at Bronco Super Cel. There are some audio options for you without having to go to this package. So I would encourage you to look that route so that you can get yours quicker. Heated steering wheel. That is a nice feature. I think that should be included in with your heated seats. Just my opinion. Ford would be nice. Let's take this out of this package. Let's put that in with the mid package. Would be great. Universal garage door openers. That's the 3 remotes on the visor. Again, how big of a deal is that? Wireless charging pad. That's down there in the media hub area. Put your phone on there. Wirelessly charge your phone if you have that. I have that option in my Expedition and my F-150, and I don't even use it. But some people do like to have it and use it, and you get that. Also has the same Sync 4 system with the connected built-in. Means you get 3 years of service for free included with this package. But again, you can get that with the mid package as well. You just have to pay a monthly subscription for it. Also, you get the dual USB ports on the dashboard. So above the dash, there's a USB Type A and C up there. If you want to plug in GoPros and such into that, you can do that up there. You can also plug those in right below on the instrument panel. There is there too. So universal garage door opener, I did mention. Evasive steering assist as well. A lot of people that's indifferent about that feature. So is that feature worth you having to wait 6 months to a year to get your vehicle? Or are these things that you could maybe do without? You have to think about that. But the Lux package is something that will hold up your build, and you might want to think about that. The other one is on your 4-door is the hardtop. So that hardtop is also something that's very constrained. Difficult. There are some vendors out there now you can get the hardtop. There's some companies now that you can get. I think there's a $6,000 option for a hardtop. And somebody at Bronco Super Cel had it on there. I couldn't. I actually didn't even realize that they had an aftermarket hardtop on their vehicle because it looks just like the factory one. And there's some other options that are coming about. We'll see more and more options. Some are expensive options, but there are some that are fairly priced around that $6,000 range. And some of you are probably looking here, and let me just go through this because this is something that I always need to let people know. They are seeing that, where is it? Where is the hardtop? Roof. Dual tops. Soft top, and then hard top. Okay, so now the hard top is $1,895. So people are saying, well, it's $6,000 for a hard top, but it's only $1,900 here. You also are losing your cloth top. So if you think about it that way, so if you go with a hard top, yes, it's $1,900 more. So you can save yourself $3,000, but you're also losing the cloth top. So basically, they're giving you what's the additional cost of the hard top versus the cloth top, right? So let's say the hard top really is $6,000 for Ford to make. The claw top probably cost them $3,000. So that's the increase, the price, or actually $4,000. That'd be the price increase from going to the hard top to the claw top, right? So if that makes sense, any sense to you at all. So hopefully I didn't make that confusing. But so that's the difference there. So it isn't that the hard top only costs $2,000 if you get it from the factory. No, you'd have to go dual tops at that point, and then see what that price is going to look like. So that might be more the option where you get both tops and see really what that cost of the hard top really is when you add it to your order. So, all right, so those are the 3 major constraints and some things I want to talk about. Again, don't forget, these vehicles are very modular. You can do all kinds of fun stuff to them and get these things later and get in a Bronco, enjoying it. Like I said, I have a Big Ben, 4-door, claw top, 2.3 liter. And I've done some fun stuff to it since I received mine. So I've had mine. I did get a 21 when it came out. And, I switched out the grill. I put the rock rails on the side. I even switched out and put some rough country tow hooks up here instead of the factory ones because I didn't like the look of them. I upgraded to the Roush package, mainly so I could get the wheels, but also so I could get the cold air intake and the exhaust. But you could get some aftermarket wheels, get some KO2 BF Goodrich all-terrain tires that are 35-inch, and to give it that look of that. You can add rear locker to about any of these. Again, you'd have to go Sasquatch, get the front locker, but you have to decide that. How much off-roading you're going to do. I can tell you with what my setup is right now with just a rear locker, I can do a lot of different off-roading. I can do anything from probably a 1 to a 3 trail without any problem with this, and I'm going to be happy. That's about the level that I'm looking at. And again, I'm one of those that knew that I was going to do very easy trails. If I did trails, I knew I wasn't going to do any rock crawling or climbing up a hill or anything like that. I knew I wasn't going to do any kind of off-road racing or anything with it. So this was fine with me. So you need to, again, evaluate where you're at, what you plan to do with your Bronco so that you can get yours as quick as possible. And then don't forget, there's so many customizations you can do on this, that can make it a lot of fun. And so hopefully this video did kind of help you out and give you some of those tips and tricks to get yours. I've done a video similar to this, but after going to Bronco Super Cell, I kind of wanted to give you maybe an updated version with the current capacity and constraints. By the way, the tow hitch is not a constraint. Just I kind of wish I had on my Bronco on our trip, because I'm thinking of getting a little camper for overlanding and such, or kind of overlanding setup, and a hitch will help with that. It is not a constraint right now, so you know that. Go ahead and add that hitch. You don't need to worry about that, and you will not get delayed whatsoever. But there you go. Those are some of the tips that I had. So hopefully you did like it. If you did, smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you have any other tips, put them down in the comments for everybody else to see and read and to learn from each other. So again, thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell as well so you can be notified next time another video uploaded to the channel. And don't forget, until the next video, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you on that next video.